Are you serious? Are you serious? Everybody get some coffee and calm down. But there's a serious situation that's happened. A massive explosion of a chemical factory created an inferno in Thailand. And this is just happening. A horrific situation there. We're getting information coming out of Bangkok and the information from Thailand. Now, let me put out a quick shout. I'll tell you all about this in just a moment here, but a real quick shout out. Look, guys, it's starting to get really, really hot. And I mean hot. And so people need to figure out a way to cool down. And with the power grids now not working, I just figured it out for you guys in Washington State, Oregon, Vancouver up there in Canada, up in that section of the world. I understand that this is getting to be ugly. And there's not enough air conditioning units up there. A lot of you don't have air conditioning, which is crazy. So here's the deal. You need a way to cool off if you have no other choice but just sitting where you're at. How about www.easysummercool.com? That's www.easysummercool.com. Not only is this a little tiny air conditioner, which really is powerful. You can put it on your desk where you're working, or maybe sitting next to your easy chair with the easy cool right there on the end table, maybe next to where you're sleeping, so you can feel that cool air blowing on you. But it's not a fan, folks. This thing is an air conditioner and a humidifier. And the hottest temperatures of the summer, they're back. And that means these the power bills. Some of you don't have air conditioning this summer. Cut down on those summer heating, those summer air conditioning bills. That's why I highly recommend that you get www.easysummercool.com. That's www.easysummercool.com. This amazing 4-in-1 portable AC unit is portable. It's easy to use. It's mini air conditioner and humidifier. Save 50% off. Go right now to www.easysummercool.com. All right. You'll be glad you did that. I mean, you really will. All right, here's the situation that we're dealing with here, guys. Terrible scene, really, a really terrible scene in Thailand. I'm so glad for each and every one of you here with us. Really, and Mike from around the world said that we're going to see more and more and more and more of chemicals reacting differently due to the charged particles coming down from the 5 waves of energy from planet X, Nibiru, planet number 9. He calls it the binary system. We know it's planet X. And as it's going by, as it's coming, it's pushing, okay? And the charged particles are being pushed down from atmospheric compression. This is causing chemical reactions. So chemical plants are exploding. And it's happened again this morning in Thailand, creating an inferno of biblical proportion, explosion. One person at least is dead, and 60 people are injured. That number is expected to rise. One rescuer was killed, but 60 people have been injured in this horrific explosion early this morning at a chemical factory that continues to send black smoke into the sky in Thailand. Helicopters, some from the Army, have been called in to help the firefighters now. They're spraying the flames with some retardant foam over the burning Mingai chemical factory complex. Now, they are battling to try to keep the advancing flames away from the stores and from the homes of chemicals at the site, and to prevent another explosion. Authorities warned that the toxic fumes are being generated by the burning chemicals. And rescue foundations reported one of their firefighters has died by the fire. 12 other firefighters have been injured and are very ill, and 50 people have been hurt and are very sick. The initial explosion, which was felt 9 kilometers away, that's 6 miles away, has already damaged 73 homes, destroyed 15 cars in the nearby neighborhood. And it's not over yet. the victim was an 18-year-old who was killed, and other volunteers are also fleeing the flames that are surging from the store of chemicals and have stumbled and was overtaken by the fire. The disaster prevention and mitigation departments say the inferno began with the explosion, and what set it off is still not known. See, this is what I'm saying. These chemicals, you have different chemicals, they will react differently because of the charged particles. The charged particles that are coming from the atmosphere, from space actually, is acting like a catalyst that's creating chemical reactions with the chemicals we have here on Earth that have never encountered some of this. And Mike around the world said this is kind of thing is going to happen. We do not know exactly what will cause what to respond, but we're seeing more and more and more. If you think about it, over the weekend, we've got pipelines erupting over in the Caspian Sea. We had the massive explosion there last night in the Caspian Sea. We had the incredible explosion of the pipelines in the Gulf of Mexico over the weekend. We're watching more and more of these apocalyptic, catastrophic, cataclysmic events that seem to be paralyzing us as a society. And no, it has nothing to do with green energy. You can talk about all the fossil fuels that you want to, but it has nothing to do with it. We're in a situation now where we're dealing with Planet X. We're dealing with climate chaos. We're dealing with the earth is shaking and quaking. The heavens are shaking, and that the poles are shifting. The water is rising. The fires are blazing. The volcanoes are erupting. The typhoons are pouring down, and the winds are roaring. All of these things are signs of the coming of the Lord Jesus Christ. And yes, wormwood is coming. Yes, wormwood is coming, and nobody wants to talk about it. But Jesus is coming also, and that's the good news. But nobody wants to talk about that either. And so I'm going to continue to bring forward for you these current world events and how they relate to biblical prophecy. Jesus is on the way, folks. Trust me when I tell you this. Jesus, he said, watch and pray. He told us to watch and pray. For in an hour you think not, the Son of Man will come. Watch and pray, for Jesus is on the way.